Okay, that should now work. So let's move you onto there. Okay, I am not doing around the coast this time. I will leave that till later. But basically, that is the map that you can see at the moment. So you are currently at the Castle of the Flame.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
Can you see correctly?
See Shinguru, the twin in Anatawa, Kagesama, the places we've
Yeah,
been.
we can see what we know.
You can see what you know apart
Which
from
is the route from
around
Nobuoka to the vessel. Yeah.
Correct.
The road.
I just needed to show you the rest of that river name. That was it. You've not actually been any further north than that. So what they're saying is go back onto the Saikaido, head up north to the border with Bungo, cross over the river into Bungo, follow the Saikaido along to Oita, at which point the Saikaido turns north, but it also turns south to go to Asuki. Slightly confusing.
Got one question.
Yes?
Are there any issues with going into Bungo province?
They don't know what the situation is at the border at the moment. Because of the recent assassination of the daimyo of Hyuga, they are assuming that everybody will be on high alert, i.e. the northern border of Hyuga will be worrying about an attack from Bungo. Bungo will be worrying about what's going on in Hyuga. So it's likely that there's going to be things will be on high alert, but they will be looking for Ashigaru and general bushy problems rather than a party escorting a couple of pilgrims to the Dancing Waters. He will, of course, give you papers from the school to justify the journey.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Sorry,
Brian, can I just quickly update you with the job that they're talking about? What they're asking you to do, well, they've basically asked the party, including you, to take hang on, where are we? Where's the Kyūryū map? There's the Kyūryū map. You are currently here at the Castle of the Flame. Okay. There is a place of beauty. Well, in Bushido terms, it's called a place of mystery, which means it's effectively a place of legend. It is well known. The Dancing Waters are a well-known set of thermal springs which cascade down the hillsides and form pools which people go to when they have aches, pains, etc. It's good for health, etc., but it's also extremely beautiful. And people have been known to gain insights into various things there, and therefore they wish you and another of their students to be taken there to see how in tune you are with the land. And the route to take, they recommend, while it's longer, it's a heck of a lot safer to go up the Saikaido, to travel up to the river, cross over into Bungo province, travel along the Saikaido to the town of Oita, cross back over the river and travel down the Saikaido to the town of Asuki, which the party have been to or some of the party have been to previously, but they went there by sea, and then take the country roads down to the Dancing Waters. Okay. They've also recommended, since you're likely to be going through or past Oita at Kisaragi, there is a notable grove of cherry trees outside Oita called the Emperor's Grove, which legend has it was planted by the son of the Emperor, and it's a place of pilgrimage in the spring to admire the cherry blossoms. And it looks like you're going to be going through there when they are in blossom. Okay. And he's prepared to offer the rest of the group a gold each to escort you and your fellow student to go there. Okay.
Okay.
You are also given a private audience with the deputy of the school, who inquires, are you at all looking to become a full-time member of the school? I mean, at the present moment, you are returning to obtain a new teaching scroll. The question is, are you looking to become a full-time member, a proper member, rather than just a visitor? He's not asking you to do it. He just wishes to know your future intentions.
Future intentions? Yes.
Okay. In that case, they will consider that going forward and see what they think you have to do to prove your worth to the school.
Okay.
Righto. So, let me just call up the Google sheet because I've been concentrating on getting that ready. I haven't called it up. Where's my Bushido sheet? That's the one I wanted. Jolly good. And you actually recognize the other student, Kosa?
Okay.
You remember Hachiro?
I do.
Well, Hachiro is the other student who's you're being asked to take along.
I think several of us might reckon. Yeah.
Hachiro is pleased to see you and grateful for your assistance in getting him to the place.
I'm pleased to see Hachiro again. How goes the magic studies, my friend?
He's actually achieved 2nd level.
Amazing.
Yes.
Good.
So
It'll be nice to travel with you once more, my friend.
he's pleased to travel with you and hopes that it will be a safe and peaceful journey and that nobody will get injured.
Of course it will be. Be safe. On the main road, what could possibly go wrong?
Let's move us back to the map. Okay. So let me just pull up the weather.
Before we set off, chaps, it's quite likely that the guards in this border area are going to be on edge, and so if you have anything in your possession which is a bit dubious, you might want to consider not taking it with you.
Yeah. Okay. So in that case, even though I have them hidden in a like a fake cups thing, I might leave my shuriken behind.
It was a bit of... Oh, go on.
Sorry. Yep.
Sorry, a bit of housekeeping that I was going to ask about. So we did discuss me leaving my Tetsubo in Session 0. We discussed leaving my Tetsubo with
One shoe.
one shoe. But I've noticed it's still marked as in my pack. Can we retcon that, or you have to leave it right here?
You can leave it with one shoe if you want. That's not a problem.
Cool.
Okay.
Can
Can
I
you
leave?
have the equivalent, Bakan equivalent, whatever? Is there such a thing?
Pardon?
Is there such a thing as a Bakan equivalent of a Tetsuda?
Of a Tetsubo.
The Bakan equivalent would be a Tetsubo.
Without the nails, yeah.
You can take a bow staff without worrying because that's just a pilgrim staff.
I've got one of them.
Is that
A
okay for you?
Tetsubo. Well, there's no problem with taking a bow, but a Tetsubo is a little bit different from a bow staff.
Should I leave the
Just stick
shuriken
with the bow
behind?
stuff.
I should, shouldn't I?
Well, it's probably advisable.
Yeah. Otherwise, if you do happen to get searched and you find them, it could be a bit tricky for us.
Yeah, okay, so let me do some housekeeping here.
I guess I'll leave my shurikens behind.
Okey-doke.
You can put them in my
I
thing, I've got a
don't carry
container.
I have some, but I don't carry them anyway. They're a little thing behind. I'm not good enough to make it worth using them.
What about a nunchaku? Is that legal to carry? Should that be okay?
Don't see why not. Should be legal.
No, you can carry that.
Just farming equipment.
Yeah, it's used for threshing.
I don't
isn't it?
like people having live real weapons. That's the thing.
Yeah, I'm going to be okay with a
Swords,
yawara and a nunchaku, haven't I?
Well, while you're in Hyuga, as far as they are aware, Bungo hasn't put that restriction on peasants. So it is legal to carry weapons in Bungo. May not be legal to use them, but it's legal to carry them.
Probably not worth pushing on it.
No,
We've
I'll
always
leave,
managed in the past.
I'm going to leave my shuriken here at the Castle of the Flame.
Not a problem. They will put them in storage for you. Right, so does anybody need to do some training before we start?
Just that message I sent you, Dave, but that's not particularly important. They can do that anytime.
Okay.
Since it's in the past.
Yes, I think it'll be some time before it becomes relevant, yes?
Yeah, it's only one die trial anyway, so.
Okie doke. Well, unfortunately, tomorrow when you leave, it's completely overcast and foggy, and it looks like it's going to be a bad weather day. So you have 2 students moving at a rate of, I think, is it 4?
Yes.
And Hachiro's BMA is still... Well, you'll have to hurry Hachiro along. He's not managed to get his BMA up to 4 yet. So 4 is probably the most you can do, but you will be tiring Hachiro out. Okay, you are given a scroll by the deputy of the school,
Okay.
which is in kanji, and he will explain to Kosa that this is as a matter of form. There is an explanatory note in katakana for any guards you may happen to meet. All right?
I'm actually fluent in hiragana as well, so I can.
Yes, but they've written it in kanji to.
I know I've written it in hiragana
plain...
for the grunts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, they wish it to be obvious that this is a scholarly mission and not a martial mission. They do not want any misunderstandings with things as they are.
Should I be leaving armor at home, guys? Or leaving it here?
Yes.
Yeah?
I think the rest of them look at you and say, armor?
Yeah, I'm going to leave my
Leave
armor.
that behind, please.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
don't want to think we're declaring war on them.
No. Okay. So that's me now.
Is it
not
still cold enough?
covered.
Is it still
Hmm?
cold enough to be wearing winter garb?
Oh no, you are effectively into April at the moment.
Not too cold, but probably a lot of rain.
Yes. Which may affect the cherry blossoms. Regardless. Is there anything else that you want before leaving? I mean, if there's anything they can offer their students to assist them on the journey?
I think so.
No. Okay.
Nobody's shouting up. So
Nobody's shouting. In that case, you head off out the door. Okay, so
2 seconds. I just wanted to leave one other thing behind. I'm not going to need my winter camping gear, am I?
I would hope not.
No, shouldn't need your winter camping gear. After all, you will be mostly on the Saikaido.
And it's spring, so if we get seriously delayed, we should be home long before winter.
Yes. Dum. Harumi, you are given a pouch of 20 silver for expenses on the journey. Hopefully that should cover your stays in the inns, etc. Right. You get set to leave. You are about to leave when you are stopped by the watchman on the gate, who says, 1 second. I believe there's a bear sniffing around outside."
Oh.
I wonder if it's the same one.
Yes, well, we've sent a couple of the students to encourage it to move away. So if you just wait for about half an hour or so while they shift it. Okay, so you are delayed half an hour in setting off. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. You're going to have to kind of whip Hachiro along to make it to Shinguru tonight.
Yeah, we'll push her a bit, but once she starts to get too knackered, we will slow the pace and let her recover. You know, if we have like 3 days where we push her, the 4th day we might take it easy.
Okay. Well, that last ride gets you to Shinguru, and you can actually stay at the inn for tonight. I will keep track of the costs, and I'll just let you know how much it costs at the end.
Let us know if the money runs out. Yeah.
Will do.
Well, I'm going to reclaim some of my money that I left. Can I? Think I'm broke. I left most of my money with one shoe, but we're not going back through Nobioka, so I can't claim it back. Can't get it back.
Well, there's nothing to stop you going back to Nobioka.
We'll manage.
Is there?
Just a detour. Quite a big detour.
Yeah. No, we'll press on.
Okie doke. So,
We've got money for expenses, we'll be alright.
So are we going to leave tomorrow on the 11th?
You left on the 11th, and you had an absolutely horrible day, completely overcast, fog, hail, frequent showers, and you had about 1/4 of an inch of rain, so the ground is sodden and wet, and you are miserable, and Harumi is not in the best of spirits, and Hachiro is flat out on the ground, kind of staggers into the inn and collapses. Definitely not got out of condition. You obviously need to train him a lot more as you travel
Too
along.
much time in the library, the children. That's what it is.
Well, I've grown to appreciate the comfort of a nice hard floor, he says. Right, following day is relatively peaceful. Yes, it is. You travel down to the Saikaido. 1, 2, 3, 4, and you actually reach the Saikaido. The weather is good today, so camping out shouldn't be too much of a problem. Does anything happen overnight? No. The following day, you start going into new territory.
Woohoo!
Righty-ho. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. You travel up the Saikaido. Unfortunately, it's a perfectly peaceful day. 1 second while I pull up the map as to what is where. So that's 2822. We turn on the text there. Right, so you go past a number of items. I suppose I'd better write them on the map for you. There is a martial school, the Road of the Bushi. Probably some sort of neat play on words. Second. And you go past Kyūryū. And there's a definite lack of imagination being used here. Well, you'll see why in a second. You have the road shrine, the Road of the Bushi school. Whoever planted these in place was displaying a distinct lack of imagination.
Yes.
And there is a village called Tenshi where you can spend the night.
Tenshi, did you say? Oh, Tenshi, yes.
Tenshi. Tenshi. Just put those onto the map layer so that they're not easily changeable. Good, fine. So you travel up the road.
How much is that for the night there?
And you're spending the night in Tenshi. There is a fair bit of traffic on the road heading north. Lots of we're talking to the porters, etc., on the way. I mean, you're not too proud to do that. It appears that a lot of merchants have decided that it's probably wise to seek mercantile opportunities outside Hyuga. The
What
area
is the
is
gossip?
tense.
What is the gossip from Nobioka? Have any of them come from Nobioka?
Oh yes, yes. Well, they crossed the river and they are travelling north. Some of them from central Hyuga, some from South Hyuga. There's a couple who have properties in North Hyuga, and they're either moving up there or they're moving north out of Hyuga altogether. But central Hyuga is fraught at the moment. Nobioka is on lockdown. The whole town is being searched thoroughly by the Ashigaru and the police, and there are rumors that that South Hyuga might be in revolt, but they haven't tried to get confirmation of that. But Nobioka itself is in lockdown, so it's probably just as well you didn't go there. As to who killed the daimyo, all sorts of rumors. Ninja working for the Lord of Bungo. It's rumored that there are members of the Takuga clan still in existence, and they were behind it. Talk of a peasant uprising. There's all sorts of rumors at the moment, and picking the wheat from the chaff. Your guess is as good as anybody's. But it's a given fact that the daimyo has been murdered. How it happened, again, there are rumors that he died in his quarters, that he fell and broke his neck when he was out hunting in suspicious circumstances, that nobody really knows what's happened. Okay? Okay, so you've reached Tenshi. And the following day, dawns.
Sorry, Dave. How much did that cost us for the inn at Tenshi?
Nothing.
Nothing.
On expenses.
Ah, okay.
For the present moment, you're on expenses. And the moment that's being paid for by Harumi out of some money that's been given by
Yeah. Okay.
The beers are on Harumi.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if that was just for her or for all of us, that money.
No, you are escorting them on a mission for the school, and they are therefore willing to pay expenses. Now, what categorizes expenses is up to Harumi.
Okay.
Sake.
Horse stables for everybody.
Oh, a frugal shugenja. You are looking to earn your place in the school, obviously. Okay, traveling north. The following day, although you've got dark storm clouds overhead, the weather appears good. So, traveling north. Does anything happen today? Oh, absolutely peaceful. Okay, you travel north. Or is it 1, 2, 3, and you reach the village of what village is that? Nakatsu? But you're told that, and you check, there is another village, Oshino, another 2 ri further on.
No,
Okay.
we'll give Jiro a little easier day.
Well, don't forget the Saikaido doubles your movement rate. So by the time you reach Ochiro, you've actually only travelled 1, 2, 3, 4, just over. You've used up 2 ri of movement, so you could travel further on, and you would reach the river. They tell you.
We'll ask how far the next village is, and if it's within reach, we'll go there.
It's another. From there, it's 1, 2. It's about 3 ri to the border, to the river. So if you push slightly today, then you should make it. Because you had an easy day yesterday.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can you put the names on, please, Dave?
I am going to put the names on. I'm just finishing the day's journey before we do that. There we go. And you reach the border. And there is a castle on your side of the river, which is Orino Castle. So let's add some names, shall we? So we've got Takatsu was the first village. Second village was Oshino. While these villages are obviously dedicated to growing food, they are also obviously places where people, they've got lots of facilities for travelers. And Ryogaijo is the village up here. And it was Arena Castle. Caps lock on. Right, 1 second, I'm just going to move all these to the map layer so that they're not likely to get affected if I hit something by mistake. There we go. Okay, the river is in... it's not in flood, but it is very high at the moment. And you can stay in Ryogaijo village. Now, you are stopped by the guards. And why are you near the border? And you are given quite a rough time. They don't accept the katakana script that you proffer. they insist on putting you off to one side, and they find somebody who can actually read kanji to check that you're not lying about what you're doing.
Mhm.
So it's you're late getting to the inn because the Ashigaru hold you up to find out why you're there. Okay.
Mhm.
But there doesn't appear to be any restriction on crossing the border at the moment. The border has not been closed. So tomorrow morning you can get yourself a boat across the river. I will actually also reveal that there is you can tell it across, you can see across the river. There is a village on the far side of the river, and the Saikaido continues. And checking with the locals, that is Rusutsu village across the way. Help if I turn caps lock off. Okay. Do you have any problems at the inns? There are multiple inns here because it's a river crossing. No, all is reasonable. There is a lot of custom, but they seem to be coping reasonably well with that. Or you have to pay a little bit over the odds to get a room, I'm afraid, Harumi.
Well, it is busy.
Okay. No problem. So, following day, again completely overcast, but thankfully there's only a light breeze, so therefore the water isn't choppy. There are a few showers, but you cross the river. That will set you back 2 copper each. And then you're going to be following the Saikaido to the northeast. Right, Bungo province. It is very obviously different in terms of control of the peasantry. You see peasants walking around with knives in their belt quite openly.
Oh.
In Hyuga, they might be carrying a knife, but it would be inside their clothing. In Bungo, they don't worry about it. So peasant life here is obviously a lot freer. Whether it's any better is a question I'll have to ask the peasants. Travelling up the Saikaido.
And sorry, just to stop you for a second there, is it common to see peasants carrying weapons?
Well, a knife isn't illegal in Hyuga. It's a tool of the peasantry.
Yeah.
But just to avoid trouble with the Ashigaru, peasants tend to carry their knives and stuff inside their clothing rather than just stuck through their belt. In Bungo, they obviously just stick it through their belt.
Yeah.
It's not a kind of weapon of war, it's just a tool. But if an Ashigaru got out and bent the wrong side, they can make trouble. So in Hyuga, they assume the Ashigaru are going to be looking for trouble. In Bungo, obviously, they don't feel there is anything wrong in just carrying their normal tools openly. Okay. Coupled with that, you also, as you cross the river, you will see that there are people in the village of Rusutsu who are carrying wakizashi. Quite what they're doing there, they're not Ashigaru, obviously, they're not the daimyo's men, but they are carrying wakizashi. Right, heading out on the road, and the first thing you come across is a temple. And what's the name of that? The Evening Mist Temple. You'd have to go and ask them why it's called that. It looks about medium size, so it's probably a class C or D. And then travelling further along the road, you come across a shrine and another village. And that is the Hayashi Shrine. The village.
Shrines are Buddhist, aren't they? Is that the that way around?
No. Temples are Buddhist.
Oh,
Shrines are Shinto.
sorry. In that case, the Buddhist one that we were just at. I would like to leave a donation of 3 copper.
Okay.
For our
Very
safe
nice.
travel.
They will thank you for the donation and wish you luck on your journey.
Praise the Buddhas.
Yes. So that is the Evening Mist Temple. Best place to put it. I'll pop it up there. I'll give you a little bit of extra land for free. This is the Hayashi Shrine. So yes, the Hayashi Shrine. The village is Kamuenai. So that is a couple of hours for the crossing, so that uses up one of your re. And then 1, 2. So effectively, you've travelled re to get to Kamuenai, and they will tell you it's another 1, 2, 3 re. Sorry, you've used up 3 of your re to get to Kamuenai, and they will tell you that it's 3 re further on to the next village. So that would be another 1.5 re. So you're probably best stopping in Kamuenai tonight.
Yeah, we'll stop there.
Yep.
Okay. And Anything of interest? When they hear your accents, they immediately start pestering as to what's going on in Hyuga. They've heard all sorts of rumours. Do you wish to add more rumours?
No.
No, Baka will love to tell out every rumor he's heard along the way. That he can remember anyway.
Well, there are an awful lot of rumours. Okay, so that sets you back that for the day. Okie doke. And apart from being a horrible day, the showers relatively peaceful. The merchants that you were travelling with, some of them just stopped just across the border and are obviously taking stock as to what they're going to do. They were more concerned with getting out of Nobioka and Hyuga province than precisely considering what they were going to do when they were out. So the traffic on the Saikaido dissipates somewhat, but given that it's the April equivalent and the weather has improved after the terrible winter, there is a fair bit of traffic with seeds, for planting, etc. Okay, so on 10 Kizaragi, you wake up to sounds of almost a wind whistling around the inn.
Aren't
Is
we
it
on the
not-
15th?
is it not
Kisaragi
15?
now?
15 Kizaragi, not 10.
Hang on a second. One, two.
Got the mission on the 11th, so.
We left on the 11th. The 12th.
Yep, my apologies.
13th,
Yes, my
leave
apologies.
Tenshi, 14th across the river, and stayed in Kamuini, yes, the 15th.
Fair enough. I got that wrong.
That doesn't match up. 11th,
Hang
rain
on a
all day. 12th was a quiet day. 13th, we turned north on the Hokkaido. 14th, we arrived at the border in the evening. 15th, we crossed the river border, headed to Kamohai, where we are now arriving.
I had that on the 14th, we crossed the river.
Yeah,
Yep,
14th.
sorry.
across the river, according to me.
On the 11th, you travel to Shinguru.
Mhm.
Yep. On the 12th, you travelled and camped on the Saikaido there.
Yep.
On the 13th, you travelled to Tenshi. On
Yep.
the 14th, you travelled to the border. And on the 15th, you travelled to Kamoenai. Yes,
I
my
agree.
apologies. I'd missed a day.
Alright,
Okie
okay.
doke.
Yeah.
Righty-ho. So, heading northeast, or rather east-northeast.
Did we agree that this was the 15th, or is this the 16th?
Yes, you reach Kamoenai on the 15th, so therefore you're now setting out on the 16th. Again, complete overcast, light drizzle, and travelling up the Saikaido.
Has anyone else's map gone completely black?
No.
No.
I'll restart.
Oh dear. Firefox was doing so well.
Yeah, I've found Firefox is a little bit temperamental when it comes to Roll20.
Good old Chrome never lets
Yeah.
me down.
Mm.
Okay. So, travelling up the Saikaido again. You get as far as Hachisuka Castle, and you come to a grinding halt. Basically, you are stopped to find out what you're doing, and initially they do not believe you, so you basically get stopped there for the whole day. Kosa, Hachiro, and Harumi are pulled off, grilled, and they're wanting to know why you are there. Blah 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 blah. Some reason they appear to be on a higher alert than you've seen so far. So whether something's changed or whether it's just this particular commander, you're not sure. But basically, you lose the rest of the day and you are stuck there. So that's Hachisuka Castle, which is actually a class 3. And Gosanbetsu. So let's put those names on. Oh, that worked. This may not work. Hang on a second, I can do it another way. Sorry for coughing into the microphone. Right, so that is there. And let's just reveal the name. Okay, so the upshot of it is that you only get as far as Hachisuka, and then you're stopped. So I'm afraid that you don't get the full benefit of your journey today.
Okay.
But you do manage to iron everything out. So you have plans to travel on tomorrow. One second. So, first of all, do they feel at all guilty for holding you up? It's unlikely. But possible. No, they don't feel at all guilty. So, you have to pay for your stay in Shosanbetsu yourself.
How much is that?
Okay. And the following day, again, it's not great weather, light rain when you set out. But talking with the village last night, you reckon you should make it to Oita with no trouble whatsoever. And sure enough, it is only 1, 2, 3 so 1.5. So just before midday, you find yourselves at the gates of Oita. You have passed the Hachisuka School, which appears to be staffed by the people from the castle.
What sort of school is that?
The Hachisuka School is a martial school. Surprise, surprise. Class B.
Okay, well, I suggest we stop for the day in Oita and ourselves an inn, and if you want to explore the city, you'll have some time to do so.
Okay. Hang on a second, let's just put Oita's name in.
It's quite a lot of new map we just uncovered.
And the first time you visit another province, yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so you make your way into the town. Very different from Nobioka. Everybody seems a lot. Well, it's not rowdy, but more boisterous. You don't get the impression they don't see. Help! Help! I'm being oppressed. You know the phrase. The townsfolk and the peasantry seem a lot less controlled.
More free.
Yes.
Is it actually a port, Oita?
Nope, it isn't.
Okay.
It's on the river upstream. It's about 1, 2, 3 ri upstream. So there is shipping on the river. So you could say that shipping comes upstream. So the docks in Oita, it's not a proper port, but it is a place where cargo is transshipped.
Yeah, some river traffic, but it's not really a port.
Yes, it's more river traffic. Osuki is the main port. So if people want to take ship, they would normally travel through Oita and down to Osuki. A lot of cargo flows up and down the river to Osuki, to Oita, because the river itself is a major river and it's used to transport cargo, lumber, everything up and down the river.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
easily navigable. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, well, you've got some time free if you want to do anything in the city, people.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you going to
Harumi's-
inquire? Are you going to inquire about the Emperor's Grove?
Yes.
Okie doke. There is a village to the north of Oita, Nishiokope, and just to the north of that is the Emperor's Grove. If you follow the river to the north, you will reach Nishiokope. There is a small track leading to the village. It's not a commercial track. It's close enough that it's just a short walk from Oita, and the Emperor's Grove is on the far side of Nishiokope, and that is controlled by the
trees
Guardian.
in flower. Are the trees in flower at the moment, or is it still too early?
No, it is in actual fact. You're now into the second half of Kyūryū, and the last half of Kyūryū is the normal time that they are the blossoms are out. They're concerned that with all the rain that they've had, the show isn't going to be particularly good. They're hoping for some days of dry weather, but it's looking a little bit optimistic at the moment.
Okay. Do we want to pay a visit, folks?
Well,
That's
Harumi
good.
Yeah.
does.
While we're here, I think we should.
This is already
Okay.
like several times further than Baka's ever travelled in his life, so may as well see the wonders of the world.
So, well, yeah. So I suggest we'll go up there in the morning, and then when we come back, we'll just carry on our journey.
Okay. Let's see. Dun, 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 dun. Fair enough. Okay. You any particular part of the town you're looking for and somewhere to stay?
I don't know. It's up to Harumi. Is it? How expensive is it in this city?
Oh well, staying in a town, especially on the Saikaido, it's going to be
This
expensive.
time of year. Yes.
Yes.
Didn't they say
So
there was a village just a bit further north?
there is indeed a village just a bit further north.
That's right next to the Emperor's Grove. That's probably going to be expensive as well. Unfortunately.
Yeah.
It's
The
probably
people
worse.
you talk to in this city, yes, that is famous for kind of gouging pilgrims coming to see the grove. You are probably better staying in the town, even though it is a bit more expensive than out on the road. Okay, so you find an inn and settle down for the evening. Foods, they use slightly different spices than you're used to in Nobioka, but it's still edible. I mean, despite them being, not Hyugans. And Baka, could I have a wit saving throw from you, please?
Probably not. No,
Okay.
failed by 14.
Okie doke. Can I have another wit saving throw from you, please?
Oh, that was better. Only 12 that time.
Okay, you kind of carry on eating your rice and fish, kind of commenting on how it's almost like Mum used to make. And the rest of the party can get to make a wit saving throw as well, please.
Ooh, yes, definitely.
No.
Good work, Kosa.
Kosa
Yeah, I made it by
definitely
3.
spotted something.
Well, of course, I'm on
Oh,
edge. I'm in a
Harumi,
strange
nice.
part of the country.
Okay, Kosa and Harumi spot somebody who is obviously trying to attract Baka's attention, but Baka is just oblivious.
Okay, I'll prod Baka with my elbow and say, I think he wants to speak to you, that guy over there.
With half a fish still attached to my mouth, I'll turn around to look and see who's.
There is a gentleman of similar build to yourself, who, albeit somewhat smaller, not quite as muscly, but similar sort of build, or kind of makes an obvious sign that you don't recognise, and then scratches his head and looks inquiringly at you.
I'll get up and wander over. What's up?
Oh, I think I might have the wrong person, he says. Are you here from the Evening Mist Temple?
Not from the evening. Oh, I'll pass through the evening mist temple.
Oh, right. So you are from the Evening Mist Temple then? Yes, good.
Okay.
Well, you got it. Or I'll take it. I'll take it from here.
Baka's gonna scratch his head. What? In Yakuza dialect, I'm gonna say to him, "What are you talking about?"
So loud. You know, the package that you brought.
Oh, he didn't give me a package.
They were supposed to give you a package.
Ah. Do you get a package every time you leave a donation?
What?
Huh?
The rest of the party, there is obvious. These guys are obviously talking to each other, but there is total miscommunication. Okay.
Talking past each other.
And they're talking in like a dialect slang. We don't understand half the words as well.
Correct. But,
They're
but,
clearly
but,
not
but both of them are
communicating well.
scratching their heads and obviously not communicating.
Well, if popcorn was a thing, Harumi would be like, this is interesting.
I'm not going all the way back for a package. We're not going that way. We're going the other way.
You're about to get sacked from a job you're not even doing.
Or did you have some trouble on the way? Or I mean, why haven't you got the package? They didn't give you that. You said they did. They not give you a package, or did somebody take it from you, and you're just kind of making up an excuse?
No, I'm definitely haven't been given a package. Who was I supposed to get a package from?
One of the monks at the temple.
No, I just gave him 3 coins, and he did a little blessing for my journey, and hasn't worked much. The rain's been crap.
Right. So you're not from Rusutsu then? I thought you were from Rusutsu. You said you passed by
No.
the Evening Mist Temple?
Yeah, we passed by. We've come from Hanamitsu, is that right?
Hanamitsu.
Out of character, I'm asking Hanamitsu.
We've not come from
Hanamitsu.
there. Not come from
Hanamitsu.
there today, but
Yeah,
Nobioka or whatever it is.
yeah.
Nobioka. Well,
Nobioka is probably the name you'd give because that's the biggest town that you're familiar with.
okay. Yeah, I come from Nobioka.
Oh, right. Sorry. I thought you were someone else. Sorry for
Never
disturbing your
contemplate the
meal.
thought of being someone else. Spare wheel.
So you didn't see any disturbances or anything at the temple?
I'm gonna think back, but I'm guessing my wit wouldn't
No,
even
you
remotely
didn't
pick
see any
anything up.
disturbances.
No,
Right.
definitely not.
Fine. Sorry to disturb your evening.
Well, my fish is getting cold, so
What are you here for, by the way?
so I turn around and spot that everyone's looking at us. Yeah, well, I'm guarding that one, and I'll point to the 2 Shigenja.
He looks at the Shigenja, and
I won't state their Shigenja, but I'll point at them.
good Lord. Is that for the Oyabun?
The Oban? No. For their school, I think.
Right. Okay. Yes. Well, whatever you say. Sorry to disturb your evening. Enjoy your meal. And he backs off out of the inn.
I hope you get your package. I'll shout after him.
In what?
In what? Oh, just in.
In clear or in Yakuza dialect?
If I'm shouting in clear, in common. I'm not shouting in.
Fair enough. He
When I was talking to him, I didn't mind talking a little bit loudly just to wind him up. But no, I'm not announcing to the world what I am.
okay. He disappears off.
Weird man.
Right. Yes, you
Someone
resume
you know,
your meal.
Baka?
Huh?
Someone you know, Baka, was it?
I think he thought he knew me, but apparently I'm someone different. So
Okay,
don't know. Any more sake?
fair enough.
Okay.
What package are you on about?
Oh, don't you start about a bloody package. I don't have a package. Apparently, I was supposed to have picked something up from the temple back there. I paid my money, but I didn't get anything. Don't know what he's on about.
Well done. You've probably just painted a target on our back.
Baka, can I have another D20 from you, please?
Certainly.
Let me just check something.
I got my weight wrong earlier. It's a 3, a mighty 3.
You're pretty certain that guy was about on the same intellectual level as yourself.
It's a clever guy.
So there was mutual confusion.
Yeah, I don't think he thinks it's us.
Righty-ho. So the following day dawns again, still completely overcast, light rain. The ground is somewhat damp. You are heading north, the river path. Yes.
Just to the Emperor's Groove.
Okay.
David, just that night before I go to bed, though, I will look through my my belongings just to make sure I didn't get given a package that I'd forgotten about.
No, you didn't get given a package you'd forgotten about.
I can sleep easy. I'm all good. Oh, sorry.
Okay. You travel up the track to the village of what was the name of the thing again? Sure, copy. And it does look like a tourist trap. Yes, there are obviously rice farmers, etc., but a fair amount of the village is given over to tourist tat about the
Even in
Emperor's
the shop.
Grove, etc. And to the north of the village, there is an area, quite a large area, with a large hedge around it, and the entrance is controlled. There are Ashigaru on guard at the entrance.
What's the entrance fee?
It's 2 copper per head to enter, and wait over there until they get a group together, and then
Okay, well,
a guide will
I'll
take you
I'll
in.
pay that.
I'll pay to go in, yeah.
Okay. Right. So let me just move that to there. And put a reveal around it. Cypress Grove. The place is obviously very well tended, very well maintained. There do seem to be Shinto priests or Shinto clad in attendance, and it is a controlled environment. Okay. I'm afraid I'm not that well up on viewing cherry blossoms, but there is a guide who takes a party of 30 of you in around the outside of the grove. There are obviously routes into the grove, but you are just peasants and not the sort of people who would be given that sort of treatment. The place itself, it is very well cared for. People have lavished a lot of attention on this over the years, and it is, even with the weather the way it's been, a place of beauty. And you are given the opportunity, if you wish, to stop and sit separately from the group if you wish to try meditation or anything like that. The tour guide will stop for about 10 minutes and let everybody just admire the blossoms and then get everybody back together to leave. Okay. So, as far as attending is concerned, given that this is Kizuragi, you can all gain 2 on, because this is something that you can boast about. So please add 2 on to your on gain.
Yeah,
Right,
I've got enough for level 3.
It is on from actions. Add 2 to your on from actions.
Right, Kosa will donate 5 silver to the shrine.
Hey, not me,
Okay.
you. Tell
Sorry,
me to do it.
Kinzo, my mistake.
Okay.
I've got,
I thought I was bad
I've
for
got 5
confusing your
silver to give away at
characters.
the moment. Yeah, he'll give me some money. Yeah, what? I haven't got any.
I don't have much money. I'm
That
gonna
was
leave.
a player fault.
I'm gonna leave 5 copper
Yeah,
at the
I
shrine.
lent it all to Kyūryū. That's why I'm skint.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave 5 copper only.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm 5 copper as well.
Very good.
Harumi, I'll leave gold.
Wow.
Okay. Anyone who has Shinten, please make a roll against your Shinten.
I think I've got a tiny little bit. Yeah, I do.
Making a roll against your Shinten BCS.
Ridiculously small amount.
I want a 2. Oh, missed it by 1.
No.
My BCS. Oh, wait,
Anybody
no.
successful?
Sorry, no, my base BCS is 1. I've
Make
missed
it by 2.
You make it by 2. Okay. Can I have another D20 roll from you?
Kinzo is the one who's interested in it. It's reasonable. He's the devout one
Okay.
amongst us.
And a final one. Right. Let's have a check and see on your sheet.
I just reached the on threshold for level 3. Nowhere near it on the Budo though.
Okay. Kinzo, your
Yes, sir.
your Shinten has gone up by 5.
Ooh.
Lucky man.
Okay.
Looking at admiring the trees, you felt a deeper connection, and it's probably something to do with how you with the well. you felt that same sort of presence. There is definitely a kami of place here, which is what you'd expect, but you've had it confirmed.
Thank you very much. Yeah, okay.
I would assume that we are restarting from you heading north to have a look at the grove.
Yes, please. We don't mind.
So the weather is reasonable, although it is kind of light rain. So in between the bursts of rain, you head up the path beside the river. You reach the village of Ishiokope, which, while it is a farming village, is also a very obvious tourist trap. They have all sorts of for sale to visitors. Pressed blossoms from the grove, etc., etc. North of the village, you can make out the grove itself. It's surrounded by a very carefully groomed hedge, and it is quite a large grove. It is obviously very well maintained. There are Shinto priests and others similar people there to manicure it, etc. There is a tourist route that you are invited to join. The Ashigaru on the gate point you over towards a guide who is assembling a group of people to go round and admire the grove. And when about 30 of you are together, 2 copper ahead, he will lead you into the hedge and start describing how the grove was reputed to have been created, how it's been looked after over the centuries, famous people who have come here and meditated and found all sorts of things. The grove itself, even with the bad weather you've had, is beautiful. And if you wish, you can separate yourselves from the group and just sit and admire it. And at one point in the tour, the guide says he will stop talking for about 10 minutes just to let people admire the grove in silence. There are obvious paths within the grove, and more important people can obviously wander into the grove itself and admire from within, but as just visitors, you are part of the group and you just are taken around the outside. So anyone who has Shinten can roll dice, and I believe that Kinzo successfully made a Shinten BCS and followed that up with another roll, which meant that Kinzo's Shinten actually increased by 5%.
I did actually catch that.
Probably because of his connection with the Kami place back to the west of
Kami of the
Nomioka.
well.
But exactly, Kinzo can tell that there is a definite Kami of place here, which is hardly surprising given the antiquity of the grove and its beauty, and his connection to that led to an improvement in his overall skill of Shinten. You travel around the grove and you all gain 2 on simply for having visited here. This is a noted place in the legends of Nippon, and you all now have bragging rights. I was at the Emperor's Grove in Kisaragi and viewed the cherry blossoms there, and and you can describe it. You all gain 2 on from the experience.
Is there anyone selling souvenirs?
Oh yes, you can buy loads of souvenirs from Nishiokope. They're selling pressed cherry blossoms. They are selling little ivory carvings of cherry blossoms that you can attach. I can't remember what those are called. You know the little ones I mean, Tim?
What was that, Dave? Sorry.
What are the little ivory carvings called that are very popular in
Netsuke.
Netsuke, yes. You can
Netsuke.
buy
Netsuke.
You can buy Netsuke in the shape of cherry blossoms and trees, and there are paintings of the grove itself of varying quality. All sorts of tourist tatties available.
Can I buy some of the pressed cherry blossom? As many as 6 copper will get me.
Okay. For that, you are given a little scroll rolled up with about 5 cherry blossoms between 2 sheets of paper, and that's to keep them dry and safe. And you're advised to have them properly mounted when you return home and put on display to demonstrate the sheer beauty of the grove. And then you return to Oita. Now, that didn't take you half the day, so you can then get a ferry across the river. And although there was light rain, there was a little bit of fog on the river, but because the breeze is so light, it's quite safe crossing. The Saikaido itself is less heavily travelled here, and you travel south through the villages of Wanaku and Kyūryū, and by nightfall you reach Asuki. And things seem somewhat calmer here than they did over in Orino Castle. And there didn't seem to be the problems any problems in crossing the river on the border. Possibly because Asuki is so far off in the northeast of the province, but things seem much calmer here. You know the town itself. You've been here before, so you can find somewhere on the docks to settle in and stay, and you settle down for the night. Everybody happy with where you are at the moment?
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything you wish to do in Asuki?
No me.
Okie doke.
Regret how little money I've got to buy the pearls.
I'm going to be a little bit wary that we're not being followed or being watched by anybody when we get into the city.
Which saving throw for the party as a whole? Somebody roll 1d20.
Yeah,
Got that.
I could do it.
13 is not pretty good.
I'm not sure anybody has a wit of 13, so the party as a whole doesn't notice anybody.
Everything's all right.
All is well. The sky's clearing up when you wake the following morning. Fresh breeze from the east. Looks like you have occasional showers today. Talking with the people at the inn last night, you describe where you want to go. They suggest you head southwest, out of the southwest gate from Asuki, and then you'll have to jink back to the northwest and then head south again. There isn't a straight road to the Dancing Waters, but it should be clear. So in that case, you travel out of Asuki and travel down the road to a small village crossroad at a T-junction, and then head up the road to the northwest, where you come across another T-junction, and that is 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's 4. So you'll have to stop for the night there. And those villages are called. 1 second. Let me just turn that off. That's Authori and Ejito. Okay. One thing you do notice up here is that although there is discussion of the murder of the daimyo, there doesn't seem to be the panic that there was further south.
I feel that on the way.
Yeah, Nobioka is a long way away, and it's in the central province, and it's not really going to affect us here. It seems to be the general view.
Yeah, they're all a bit strange down there.
You said it, not me. Okay. You're pretty sure nobody's following you. You did stay alert but leaving the city, and you didn't see anybody following you out while the gates were still in view. Okay.
Excellent.
So you spend the night in Asori, and then the following day, you're going to be heading south again.
And this is now the 20th, right?
This will be the 20th, yes. So travelling south. Does anything happen today? Ooh, yes. Let's see. Fine. It's that. And okay, so you travel south along the road, and you reach a village, and just outside the village there appears to be a small building, and in front of the building there appears to be a duel going on.
Ooh.
You're going to stop and watch? Or carry
Who
on?
seems to be taking part? Who seems to be taking part?
Appears to be one of the book, and you're not sure about the other one. He's wielding a wakizashi. Doesn't look like a standard peasant though.
Five copper on the non-standard, on the non-bouquet. Anyone willing to take it?
No thanks.
Can I have a will saving throw, please, Baka?
Oh dear.
Did you keep your voice down? I don't believe that's a will saving throw.
No, fail by 4.
Fine. It's all right. The bouquet didn't hear you. So are you going to stay and watch, or are you going to walk on past?
Well, Does anybody want to stay and watch it?
Yeah.
Kinda.
Okay, so those who want to stay and watch it can stay and watch it. I'm going to move a bit further down the road out of the
I'm not
way.
going to get left behind, but
So I'm only going to be a couple of minutes down the road, that's all. Just so that I'm
Okay.
not actually there where the duel is.
Okay.
I'll follow
I'm not
Casey.
leaving yet. I'm just getting out the site, basically.
You reach on the other side of the building. There is a village, so you can stop in there and talk to the villagers if you wish.
Yeah, we'll see what's going on in this area. And it's all over.
They're in the
Well, it's-
process of the
ask them
spring
what it's-
planting.
Let's go to know what it's about. Do you know there's a duel going on and what's it all about?
It's probably the teacher. Every so often, somebody comes along and challenges him. He runs basically a specialist school. There's just a single guy there who runs his own little martial school, but apparently every so often somebody comes along and challenges him. So he's got on the bad side of somebody. Happens about once a month.
Is it duel to the death or is it just somebody gives
I
in?
think it. Well, he's survived, and I don't think he's killed anybody yet.
Right, okay.
That'll be another school objecting to him muscling in on their business.
Yes, good point. Good point. Could be.
Probably. Those watching, yes, it looks like the teacher is winning. He could have the other guy badly, but instead just tapped him twice, and appears to be embarrassing him rather than harming him. But on balance, he's winning. And after a while, the duel stops, and the loser bows politely and says he will return with the message, and leave the village heading north. The teacher sees the crowd of onlookers, nods to them, and walks back into the building.
bow to him honourably. Good fight.
Just a matter of interest. No, he didn't hear either. Did anyone take your bets
Not me.
in the party?
Not
No?
in the party.
Okay.
I don't
You
think.
can't ask them that. No, they know he lost. Oh, no,
We haven't
Okay.
played it.
Okay. They will tell you that school is called the Armory, and that he apparently teaches the art of making swords, as well as the art of using them. And the village itself is Harumi. Harumi, let me just double check that. Yes, Harumi. So you were held up a little while there watching the fight, but nothing major, so you can carry on if you wish. 1, 2, that was 3 re. It's a further 2 re to the next village, so you should be able to make that by nightfall. Yes?
Okay.
Okay. And off to the side of the road, you can see a temple. And the village itself is called Koshoki.
What do we know what the temple's called?
Well, you can ask in the village. It's the Kyūryū temple.
Kosa, would you mind if I took just 5 minutes to go and give a quick donation
of course
and
you can.
ask for a quick prayer?
Yeah, of course you can. No problem.
Cool. I'll pop in and ask for the name of the temple.
It's the Kyūryū temple.
Kyūryū.
Let me
That's
just.
why he's got no money.
Keep throwing it at every passing temple.
I want the Buddha to smile at me. What can I say?
The Buddha's smiling. He's getting rich out of you.
Yep, that's why he's
What's that
smiling.
idiot again? He's come to give you some more money.
As I said, I'm not that kind of Yakuza. Yakuza. Right.
That's what they all say.
I will ask just before I leave. Just before, I don't want to make any mistake. Was I meant to take a package from here? Did you need a package taken anywhere?
The priest on the door looks blank and says, I don't believe so. Were you expecting to collect one?
Well, I wasn't expecting to collect one at the last one, but apparently I forgot one. So, sorry, that's fine, as long as there isn't one for me.
Very good. One confused priest.
Spreading confusion everywhere I go. I love it.
So, that, I think, is peaceful. So let me just check that. Yes, a peaceful night is had. And the following day, I think the weather's improving, actually. Yes, clear skies. And so you travel south, past the rice shrine, and reach the village of Baka. So that's the rice shrine. Reveal again. There we go. And the village of Baka. Now, you'll have to stop in the village and ask for directions, because the road now turns east, and you're pretty sure you need to go south. Again, oddly enough, there are bottles of water from the pools for sale. And there are members of the village who are willing to guide you to the pools.
Oh, so to Harumi. Harumi. You want to pay for a guide?
Okay.
We got funds left to pay for a
Yeah.
guide?
Guide would be good. How much are they asking?
Well, currently you have spent about 7.5 silver.
What have they been? What do they ask?
The guide is asking for 2 copper. That's 2 copper, not 2 copper per head.
It's well worth it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's worth it.
Very good. In that case, he will ask whether you wish to rent towels.
And
The village, village is willing to rent you towels. You take them there. You have your baths. You bring them back. They wash them. They rent them to the next people. For a party of 7 of you, is it 7 of you?
6.
2, 4, 6, 7 of you.
Oh, wait,
Seven,
no,
yes,
you
sir.
were. You were 7 with.
Hayatsu.
Hachiro.
Hachiro, sorry.
That will be 2 copper
okay.
and another 2 copper deposit.
So that's each.
Yeah, okay.
Well, they'll return the 2 copper deposit when you return the towels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Run off with the towels here.
So just take 2 off my sheet for now.
Yeah, you get that back. Yeah, we might as well partake of the waters while we're here.
Okie doke. So he will lead you out of the village to the south, and there is a track which he will guide you to. It's not immediately obvious from the village until you actually get onto it. You get the impression that they don't make it obvious what the route is. Helps them get the fees for guiding people.
I just did that, and it went off.
So the route passes in a valley between 2 sets of hills and crosses the river. There is a small bridge across the river, and it leads you up to the hills at the south of the valley, and you can see that there is rock exposed in the hills. For some reason in this area, the grass hasn't taken, and therefore where the water rises out of the rock, it's falling down, little falls in the rock. There are areas where the rock is depressed, slightly, small depressions in the rock which make little baths, etc. There are different temperatures of water coming up. You've seen various pictures of Iceland and so on. These are thermal pools, but there appears to be a lot more water than normal, and it's a little bit like geysers jumping up and down with gas bubbling up and causing the water to gush up, etc. But it's very restful. It's very peaceful. Kinzo, can I have a d20 roll, please?
Sorry, what are we rolling? I was AFK.
This was
14, sir.
Kinzo.
Kinzo's
Kinzo-
trying his karma detector.
Ah, okay, it's just you then.
You're not getting the same feeling. It might be because of the noise from the rest of the party and the guide telling you all about this, that, and the other. But I mean, it's a beautiful place, but nothing immediately springs to mind. And
Find a medium hot pool, strip off, and get in it.
okay. Is everybody going to be settling down for a bath?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yep.
why not?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, you all lay down into in the pools. You find one that suits. They are. I mean, you can find the various different temperatures, and because it's continually refreshed, it doesn't have the cooling down problem that you get with a normal bath. And you settle back, and can I have a D20 roll from each of you?
A 12.
And I will have to look at your sheets. Okay.
Don't do mine.
Would you let me know if you rolled less than the average of your wit saving throw and your highest dance roll? I think Yanagi may well have done. As peasants, you should get peasant dancing as a given.
Yeah, popular dance
Popular
base
dance,
BCS is 12.
Yeah.
No, not even close.
Not even
55
close.
ton.
So the average of wits in the dance? Yeah, I made it.
Yeah.
Okay, fine.
Yeah, I didn't.
I'm
Weirdly, I
below
only
by
failed by. Was it 5? I only failed by 2.
Okay, if you made your wit saving throw, sorry, the average of your wit and your dance, then you, as you're kind of leaning back, watching and listening to the water flowing and bubbling up and dancing around, you gain an insight into the art of dance. And if you make a note on your character sheet, you will gain +1 effect number on any dance roll.
Okay.
So it doesn't increase your dance, just means that you will gain +1 on the effect of any dance roll you make. Which means that you can increase your dance further without restriction. Okay. And can anyone who has Shinten please try a BCS roll in their Shinten?
Nope.
No.
And so I think that might be successful, correct?
Must be close.
Zero effect numbers, but yes.
Sorry, what was the name of these springs again, David?
These are the
Dance-
dancing waters.
The Dancing Waters, yeah.
Sorry, I need to add that to the sheet. Kinzo, as you're laying back, you suddenly realise why it's called the Dancing Waters. Because the kami here must be associated with dance. Gain 2 on. So this is obviously a place of pilgrimage.
If I'm not careful, I'm going to be spending all my time going on pilgrimage to various shrines.
You will, eh?
This is
Bumping
the
into
shrine.
Kami left, right, and centre.
It's a place where there's a kami, so it's a shrine, okay?
Yes, but there was a shrine at the Emperor's Grove. There isn't a shrine here. Okay?
not a shrine, but it feels like a holy
What you
place
mean to
to
say is there was a Torii gate at the
Correct.
Emperor's Grove, but there's not one here. Well, that's fine.
Correct.
Doesn't have to be.
Which came
Right.
first, the Kami or the shrine?
Well, the Kami, of course.
Mm.
The shrine is there to show respect for the Kami.
Well, and to give you a place to go to worship where the Kami might listen to you.
Leave your offerings, etc.
Right.
Okay. Well, you spend an hour or so there. You will have to leave at that point and go back to Kawaka because it's coming on towards evening. Your guide will warn you of this.
How long?
Have they got their
does-
samples?
we have to get a sample of the water, haven't we?
Yeah, how long does he need to spend here?
Well, I believe that Harumi actually made a successful roll. Yes.
Yes.
But did Hachiro make a successful roll?
Yes. I just rolled it.
I thought you might have done.
Our work here is done.
And I didn't roll it to myself. You can actually see I rolled it. A 7. Okay. So both of the acolytes apparently have achieved some sort of
Enlightenment,
effect.
whatever the privilege
Oh,
is,
sorry, I
yes.
forgot to check. Has anybody got meditation as a skill?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Try making a meditation roll.
It's Zazen is meditation, isn't it?
Correct.
Nowhere near.
No.
Oh.
Yeah, I failed mine.
What's your BCS, Kyūryū?
Oh, like really low. 2.
Right. Okay. So nobody succeeded in their meditation roll. Fair enough. Oh, sorry. I need to check. Does Hachiro have meditation? I don't think so. No. But never mind. So you leave the waters and head north. The guide tells you as you're traveling north that for some reason they never seem to have any problems with predators or dangerous creatures at the, on the road to the dancing waters. I believe it's due to the Kami.
Almost
Have we taken?
Kami that lives there. Yeah.
Yes.
Have we taken some water?
Well, Hachiro
We
certainly
need
has.
to,
I
don't
don't know whether Harumi has.
Okay.
Yeah, I've probably taken a little bit of water.
Once we've got some that Ichiro needs, that's all that is being paid for.
Okay. So you travel back to Kawaka, and you will be spending the night there. And that, I think, is probably a good point to stop the evening.
Yeah.
Would people agree?
Yeah.
My apologies
Yeah.
for the screw up at the beginning, as I tried to get to grips with roll 20.
All good, mate.
But you have successfully completed your mission. All you have to do now is get back home in one piece.
Yeah. Yes, we will complete it when we get back with our Shigenja intact.
Counting chickens and all that.
Yes.
Anyway, thanks, Dave. That was
Thank
good
you,
fun.
Dave.
Yep.
Thanks, gentlemen.
Yeah,
It was
thanks,
a great
Dave.
session as always.
Yes, thank you.